Hi everybody, I am so excited. I'm actually coming to you right from the parking lot at Kaiser. I have not even pulled out yet. I had an optical vision appointment this morning because since I've been using the X39, probably a few months into it, I started noticing a difference in my vision. And it was one of those things where I've wore glasses since I was 40. I kind of teased about it that's the turning 40 birthday present that you get. I went into the optometrist, I remember, at Costco at the time, and he just kind of dialed to this specific prescription, and that's when it all started. And I said, what is this, the turning 40 prescription? He said, pretty much. So it's progressively gotten worse over the years. My next birthday, I turned 55. Well, what I had noticed is the distance had gotten so different on me that I could not see with my glasses on. I'd have to take my glasses off distance-wise. So driving, shopping, going into stores, I could not wear my glasses. Now, for reading, I still had to put my glasses back on. So I kind of felt like I was going back to the point of needing readers. So I'd constantly flip my glasses up on top of my head. And, when I needed to see something that I was reading in front of me, I'd flip them back down, right? So what had happened because of that, I have a big head. And so flipping them on my head had kind of got them off kilter and, whatever. I was having problems with them. And they'd kind of stretched because I was flipping them on my big noggin. Well, I bent over this weekend and they fell off, hit the floor, and they literally broke in half. So right at the nose bridge, they broke in half and they broke. And so I'm like, okay, this is telling me I need to go in and get my eyes checked, see what's going on. I'm going to need to get another pair. I couldn't buy another pair of glasses with my old prescription because it was 2 years old. And at Kaiser, it has to be less than a year old. And I think it was like 20 months old. So I went in and got my eyes checked today, and I didn't say anything. He asked why you were there, and I told him I dropped my glasses. They broke in half, so I'm going to get a new pair. So I just needed an updated prescription. I was going to let him tell me what was going on, because he's the doctor, right? So he's doing my exam, and he's kept looking over at what I know he was looking at what the previous prescription was. And he finally said, were you a diabetic that recently got rid of your diabetes over this last year? And I said, nope. Heart disease, any type of high blood pressure? I go, no, what's going on? And he said, have you noticed a difference in your vision changing? And I said, yep. And he said, what have you noticed? And I said, I wasn't wearing my glasses for distance sight. I was only wearing them when up close. I couldn't see through them for distance. So if I walked in a store, if I was driving, I'd take them off, put them on top of my head. I think that's why they fell off my head, because I'd stretched them and they broke. And he said, yeah, he goes, your distance vision is perfect. He goes, I have a slight prescription out of your left eye. But if you didn't have the up close need for readers, I wouldn't even write you a prescription. So it's up to you. Do you want to go back to readers? And I said, no, I don't. I hate readers. Readers drive me crazy for two reasons. One, I tend to forget them, lose them. I spend so much money on readers. It's like, if they're not prescription, it's something I put a little bit of money into, and they're $5, $10. You buy them at Costco, they're 3 pairs for $18, right? I lose them. I lose them really bad. So I go, not to mention, I have a really big head, and it's really hard to buy readers in the store that fit my face. So I said, I don't really want to go back to readers. And he said, okay, I will go ahead and put this really slight 0.25 prescription for your left eye. For whatever reason, that one's still not showing perfect, but it's very slight, and you can still have readers. You can technically have readers with no prescription. He goes, so if you're going to go ahead and go to the expense, I'll just go ahead and put that in there. And again, so he asked me, you've not done anything. And I was just, was kind of letting him bring up the conversation. I said, well, I didn't say that. I go, I've used a organic patch that's in the stem cell therapy range, and I honestly believe this stem cell therapy is what improved my vision. And I said, this is just one of many things it's done for me, but I wasn't surprised that this was going to be the outcome. And it's why I wanted you to tell me that I wasn't crazy. And he goes, no, you're not crazy. Whatever you're doing, it's definitely helped your vision. That being said, he wasn't interested in learning anything about it, but that's how older doctors go. So went into Kaiser, was kind of looking at, the Kaiser lenses. I don't normally buy my glasses there. We have a benefit, but with what they charge, I can get my glasses a lot cheaper at Costco. So I walk in there and the guy said, can you help me? Can I help you? And I said, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. I buy my glasses at Costco, but I just thought I'd look in here and see what was here. And he goes, well, you have a benefit of $125. Why don't you just get a pair of extra glasses? And he goes, so you have them in case they break. And honestly, that's the second pair I broke. So I was like, you know what? That's not a bad idea. I didn't use my benefit the last 2 years. Might as well get $125 off of a lower level. Didn't do any extras, just bought the glasses. It cost me $80. So they're on order. But anyway, so the exciting thing is he was like, wow, your prescription's changed. It's gotten better. Why is that? So I told him about it. And he actually gave me his cell phone number. And now that I'm out of the hospital and there's service on my phone, because there's no service in there, I just texted him the link. So I'm super excited. He was super interested. I just cannot believe everything that has changed for me since I started patching this patch. It's amazing. Of course, everybody knows my story, and I have degenerative disc disease with severe spinal stenosis. I had lost the feeling in my thumb and index finger on my right hand because of the nerve damage that was being caused from discs between 5 and 6 and 6 and 7. And I'm not sure which one. One of them's worse than the other, and it's pushing into my spinal cord, causing the right side of my arm, that nerve, to create some damage. So that's consistently improving. I'm not going to say that's 100% because it's not, but it's 80% better than it was 6 months ago. And considering this is something that's developed over since I broke my neck back in when I was 12 years old, and I'm going to be 55, I'm okay with that. It taking its time and taking some time, but an 80% improvement. I do have the dexterity back in my fingers. I don't have any more numbness in my right hand anymore. A little bit in my wrist, but none in my right hand. The other things I've noticed, my skin is so much better than it used to be. I've seen a huge improvement in my skin. I don't feel like I'm getting that old age looking skin anymore, where you started to see the varicose veins and just things that happen as we age. That's backed up. And I've had multiple people tell me, my God, you look amazing. I'm not wearing liquid foundation anymore. I wear a little bit of powder because I do have an oily residue in my skin. My hair is longer than it's ever been. There's just so many differences that I've noticed because of this patch. The other thing that I was telling Onyx about, as people call us and give us testimonials, it kind of makes you reflect on things that you remembered that you were going through that you're not anymore. Back in September of 2018, I had a mishap at one of my $1 million listings. And I say it that way because it was $1 million listing and I've made it look like a crime scene. I fell at that listing, ending my open house, and on a brick stoop, and knocked myself out, woke up in a pool of blood. And I was out probably at least 4 to 6 minutes. I had knocked myself out that bad. Broke my glasses back then too, and cut my nose. So that's where the blood had come from. And I ended up with some swelling in my right lobe, a stage 4 concussion that they told me would take up to 2 years to heal. When I would get stressed, I would get a lot of pain. They took my driver's license away from me during the hospital visit because I was going in and out of consciousness, even still 2 days later. And I would find myself, I would just drop my phone because I passed out. And so they took my driver's license away from me and said, you need to have the EEG, I think is what it was called, all those little things on my head, because they felt I had a seizure is why I fell. I fell because I'm clumsy, and I knew that. I kicked the stoop, cut my toe, put blood all over the floor when I walked through the house and when I woke up. So had the EEG, and the neuro guy told me, you didn't have a seizure. I see no evidence that you had a seizure. I don't know how they tell that. He goes, but what I see is that you could have a seizure. There is pre-seizure activity, probably caused by you hitting your head so hard. And he goes, but I'm going to release your driver's license. And I was like, wow, really? And first I'm like, oh my God, that means I can't drive. If I can't drive, I can't work, right? He goes, no, I'm going to give you your driver's license back, because if I took the driver's licenses away from everybody in California that had pre-seizure activity, we would literally solve the traffic problem in San Francisco and LA. So he did give me he said it would take a couple days to get notify the DMV. Well, it so happened that DMV was never notified in the first time, so found out I never really actually lost my license for that couple weeks anyways. But what I've noticed is I was still, when I started patching, I still really had to think about what I was saying to get it out. And only my really close friends would notice, because as my team members know, I talk really fast. I always have. I don't have to have a lot of thought process to think about what I'm going to say. I just say it. And not saying I don't have a filter. I have a filter. But if I want to, speak in public or, talk about something, I'm not one that needs the slides. I'm just going to have a conversation with you guys, right? So I heard somebody say something about their memory, cognition, and brain, where, of course, there's a lot of buzz going on around that, right? And I'm like, you know what, Onyx? That's gone. I no longer have to think, is it just timing because it's been over a year? I don't know. But my thought is I'm sure X39, me going on it only 8 months after it happened, and the doctor said it could take a good 2 years for that brain, that's considered a traumatic brain injury, for it to heal. So that's something that I think it probably contributed to helping me on that aspect too. So it's really hard when you start patching and you're patching for a specific need, like I was for the spinal stenosis and the degenerative disc disease, to really think about everything that this X39 is changing on us. And for me, it's just been so many things. I get dressed in the morning, look in my full length mirror. I can see my body composition has changed. I hope someday it helps me get rid of the belly, because I am one of those girls with all that belly. But I notice in my legs are more toned, my legs are firmer, things like that. So I'm 55 years old. So keep patching, keep wearing the X39, because the benefits of this is just going to continually to increase and help us as we get older. So I'm super excited that my eyesight has improved. I'm hoping that for my husband, he sees the same result when he goes in to get his new glasses this year, this next few months as well. But I'm super excited about that. And I actually physically have the proof right here in my 2 prescriptions. This is my old one, and it's pretty steep. And this is my new one, and it's hardly nothing there. So pretty awesome. Got the proof right here. I wasn't going crazy. X39 definitely has helped my vision. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.